Orb, a very strong weapon, I think, has kind of swapped places with Sword in terms of being the, if you want to play a weapon that you can just kind of play really good neutral with and have consistent confirms, and that's Orb now.
Yep.
And so Fate, being one of the hardest hitting Orb legends in the game, has kind of taken up that mantle as a spot that a lot of players are picking, and Scythe also just really strong in the metagame right now, so no surprise that we're seeing this Fate here from Martin.
Yeah, something I've brought up is the inevitability of Sidelight Sare from Orb, right? Like, the more damage you take, it will eventually take a stock,
yes,
right? And that is the thing that makes Orb such a desirable weapon. Meanwhile, Ice is actually going to take first strike here with that reliable cannon.
Okay, let's see. Quick one, too. I mean, not even a minute elapsed in the game, already dropping a stock here. Ice seeming to lap Marker here, gets the ground pound.
First one! Get it again!
Second?
Touch the wall. Okay,
Ooh.
Dare covers, but Marker was able to touch wall to reset some of his movement at the very least. Marker, Sidelight Sare, pushes it back off stage, forces a little bit of an advantage state.
Okay, Marker having a real bad time right here. I mean, Ice just kind of landing every single hitbox that he wants. Marker trying to keep things a little bit more competitive, but can't find a way to get an opening. That end light's going to be a good start. Goes for the reverse down here to the wall. That's not going to work. And a quick turnaround from Ice. The weapon throw to force the air dodge. Ooh, almost gets the Zeus throw, but that down sig spacing has been immaculate all day.
It has been so good, right? Because you expect to be able to, like, claim that space and get out of the corner after a failed edgeguard attempt like that. But Ice is just like, you know what? No, I'm going to burst you, and you're going to lose your stock for it. Really clean from Ice. He's 3 stocks to 1 right now.
Yeah, and it hits in a way that, you know, most people aren't ready for from Spear, right? You know, at that distance, you're expecting, all right, I might eat an end light, but that's fine. Or maybe like a falling side air, but that's fine. But something that's going to outright just take your stock catches people sleeping.
That's right. Finally, Marker is able to get that first stock, but definitely has some work cut out for him to be able to make it back into this first game. Ice, just another day on the job. Let's see.
Okay, nice patience there from Marker. Baiting out the down sig and now trying to get some kind of string going here. Ice riding on that spinning, flaming wrench, but it's not going to quite convert into anything there.
Tries to anti-air with that signature. Finally does connect off the left side, and it gets the KO. I'm with you on that totally. I mean, I think we kind of knew Ice was going to win that first game, but not like that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of one of the perks of playing 7, I guess, right? Where had that been the lightning stance, you're surviving that every day of the week there as Marker. But with that flame stance, though, it's kind of hot on the grill. You know, so I had to go ahead and lock things in here. You were in the red, and it does carry you so far before you get hit by that final little bit of knockback. And so, hey, there goes the stock just like that. But Marker, honestly, just looked outmatched.
Yeah, I mean, look, we live in a world where there might be a 7-player in top four of this bracket, and it's 2 to 4 games away from happening if you're Ice. Let's see if Marker can get one on the board. There's some adjustments that need to be made, and I think first and foremost, the Orb really was a non-factor in that first game, right? 72 damage in the first game. The Scythe did a lot of the heavy lifting in the early damage thresholds, but again, the reason you like a pick like Fate is because you can just get KOs with Sidelight or Sare pretty early.
Okay, Marker, I thought maybe had an edge guard there. Wait, might still actually ground pound this. Yep, and that's going to be the stock. Yes, beautifully played from Marker there. Honestly, winning so many interactions in a row there on stage. Only getting hit once or twice, I think. What a response.
This might be the lock-in, Flambeau. It actually might just be it might just be as simple as lock-in, right?
Almost had like a perfect stock there. But still applying pressure. Ice hasn't been able to get off this right side of the stage the entire
I don't know, man.
God.
If he gets the stock here, imagine. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know. For real. I wouldn't have to imagine. He's right in front of me, you know?
It's still disadvantage. Ice is really struggling to get back. Touches the wall, able to get that to the ground, but Marker disarms with the Sare, and this is a starve as well. I mean, look, this is looking like 3 stocks to 1 coming up soon.
Dog, what happened?
There was no analysis to be had. There was nothing like, oh, what went wrong if you're Mark? It's like, dude, I just got to lock in. I just got to lock in.
He just came out and said, oh, it's straight hands clock. I didn't realize that. That's all me. You know what I mean?
Would you look at the time? Okay, let's see. Marker tries to get the 3-piece. I mean, Ice has to work so hard, and Cannon is a weapon that can definitely make explosive comebacks like that, but it requires a read more often than not.
Yeah, I mean, this is 1-1, right? Like,
I think
no
so.
shot marker throws this. The way he's playing, I going for hard reads like that as well. He said this game should be over. We'll see if Ice can at least get a stock. You know, try to keep yourself in there, because I think getting 3 stock definitely does some mental damage.
He's styling. He's actually, he said, you know what, I don't think I should have lost game 1. I don't even think I should have lost game 1.
I mean, with the way that he's playing, yeah, I'm inclined to agree. GG.
Yeah, look, we knew it was happening. That's insane. All right, so what did Ice do wrong there?
Everything, I guess. Like, right? You didn't get a stock. Like, things were just not going your way. There's something that happens, though, when you are getting, like, absolutely steamrolled by someone, where, like, in your brain, you don't even really have, like, a chance to, like, figure out what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Like sometimes it's, like, people better playing you, but other times it usually means you're not getting a chance to reset to whatever your base game plan is.
Right.
And people just keep putting you in that position over and over and over again, and then before you know it, the game's just gone, and you're like, what just happened? Yeah,
you're like overloading the mental stack so hard that there's nothing left to process, right? I'm thinking of that Simpsons clip of, I'm in danger. But you don't really know. You're not really processing it. But this time, Ice starts out with a bit of damage, which is definitely a better showing than what we got out of the game 2.
Yeah, hopefully this one works out here, because I felt like in that last match, it's like Kakashi Sensei just pulled the mask down, and then suddenly there's a
I'm gonna
completely
show
different
these
game.
kids one time, just to let them know.
Like, I don't even know which version of Sharingan you're using right now. It doesn't really matter. Homeboy's getting cooked. Let's see here, Marker. You know, still, you know, in a pretty good spot right now, but damage-wise, Ice does have the lead here, and this should be the stock. The N-Light's not gonna have enough juice. The weapon throw sets up for a perfect pogo. The pogo doesn't outright knock out, which also a little bit wild to me. Gives Mark another chance to get back onto the stage and maybe get a little bit more damage here before falling. Maybe
this is forcing the offstage. Tries to cover super high jump from Ice, but no dice on that one.
Okay.
Side light, nope.
Oh, I actually think that platform messed up Market there. I think he wanted to fast fall, then recovery for the end of that once he saw the dodge down, and then he was grounded, and he was like, crap.
Oh, gets there, okay.
Scythe
picking up the KO. I also have to say, in terms of just the numbers and distribution from the previous game, the orb did every single point of damage for Marker in game 2. Unarmed, 0. Scythe, 0. It was all orb.
Dang. I mean, I guess, you know, you dribble the ball enough.
Yeah, sometimes you could shoot some threes if you want. Well, let's see, though. I mean, the Scythe has definitely been putting in good work. That's the reason I bring it up, is it does feel like the Scythe for Marker has been a good tool for him to get, like, early damage and early strings, force the offstage, and then the orb just eventually will pick up the KO.
Okay, yeah, good recovery there from Ice, going extremely high there, making it hard for Marker to recover. And, you know, something I do have to give credit to is Ice's persistence here in this game 3, right? With game 2 going the way that it does, it's very easy to get steamrolled. And granted, right now you're behind, but I wouldn't call this a steamroll. I think things have been fairly close up until this point, so Ice definitely not, you know, out of this by any means yet, but Marker still is exuding a bit of aura here.
Look, bro, I'm going to keep it a stack. If you're Ice, you say, look, it's not like game 2. Okay,
yeah,
it's not like game 2, it's winnable. Let's see what we can do here.
Facts. I'll give it up.
Okay, covers with the D-Light. There's the extension with the recovery. Oh my, just charges, he can catch this.
He held it too. Gravity cancel. N-Light's gonna get the stock here, and just like that, this is close, right? This is close. You know, maybe like one hit of damage separates the two here. And so we'll see Ice getting the lead. It's a dodge. I do not know how he's jumped out of that side
that's insane.
That's designed to catch this, you know, but hey, works out.
Okay, just a small whiff punish on Marker's missed recovery. Ice gets a dare. Now we're just waiting for someone to press a button, and Marker is the one that does it first. Ice gets the offstage, tries to go for the ground pound, doesn't quite connect.
Maybe, again?
He can get ground pound now. He doesn't want to go for it. He had dare and ground pound potentially, but the Sair is going to be so tricky here.
Goes really high. You can see Marker tries to get the turnaround. There's a falling there as well. It's not going to connect. Doesn't want to get caught by that side air. That will probably get the stock, so Marker's going to be really careful. And Light bounces. It bounces. That's a good break for Marker here, because that would have been the stock. GG.
Wow. Oh, what a turnaround. I think I was, the whole way through, I felt like Marker was in control.
Yeah.
Right? And then on stock 2, Ice just completely turned it around. Just like that. the prospects of a 7 in top 4 are still on the table.
Still on the table, yeah. No, I mean, the stocks are up.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're an investor, definitely trying times for you. Your heart must be going all over the place with the way that these matches have been going. But the stocks currently are up. We're going to see if Ice can lock it in, though, because based off of how Game 2 went, there's no part of me that's like, Mark can't do that again.
Yeah, and I think, again, just going off of the pure numbers that we had, the Orb was such a heavy lifter for Marker in Game 2. That was complete domination. And it was a bit more of an even spread in this game that Marker dropped, with the Scythe doing about 100 more than the Orb in this previous game.
Okay. Once again, starting off, I mean, Marker does so really good in these positions where he's juggling Ice, right? You get that falling nair, you get these downlights, recovery, and you even get the first stock there with a beautifully placed ground pound with the Orb and only light yellow damage as well. That's what I was talking about, where I was like, after that game 2, Marker could do it again. He's sizing up to do it, right? I mean, Ice can't find these openings. There we go, nair for a little bit of damage. Can we keep the juggle going? Yes, we can. Ooh, a nice anti-air with that N-Sig as well with the static. Another one tries to go for it, not going to work. Marker gets a huge punish for it. 3 hits and maybe a stock for greedy.
Yeah, and I like the immediate neutral light instead of the side light from Marker, just knowing the spacing was a little bit ambiguous. I probably can't get the juicy punish of side lights there that I would like to get. So I'm just going to go for the nair. You're crashed on top of me. I'll get the damage, just like that.
And I love the way that Marker is playing this advantage state as well. When he gets a hit, he only goes for guarantee stuff, and then he backs off and waits. He says, you know what, I don't want to give up the lead that I have. And look how it is working, right? At this point, pretty much lapping Ice. And Ice maybe not going to be able to get this edge guard, the weapon throw, into the catch.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I thought he was going to recovery there. But the patience, actually, I think biting Marker in the butt a little bit kind of gave Ice a little bit too much time to get down and regain bearings. But either way, I mean, look at that massive damage lead.
See, waiting for a spawn. This one's going to be the Scythe back online. I think that was the first, like, real meaningful damage from the Scythe in this game, too, right? Like, the Orb has been such a tone setter for Marker in establishing and holding these leads.
Now let's see. Weapon throw
Off
down.
stage.
Not going to do much, but Marker, you know, taking that 1 damage happily. Side air is going to be able to be enough in the corner there. That strength stat from Fate pulling out in full effect. So
for sure.
Definitely happy to see that happen, but I don't know, man. This is looking like a game 5 if you ask me.
Yeah, looking like it for sure. But we said that in the game number 2 that Ice brought back from the depths. So we'll see what can happen here. Game 3, rather, excuse me. But ooh, extension. The recovery was on the way for sure. Ice just had to time the dodge.
Oh, okay. Gravity cancel and light. It's going to go ahead and be the answer back, but Ice with a lot of work to do. Needs to get the stock somehow. Side air into the wall, a down into the corner, and light off the stage. D-light nair. You have so many options, but finding them is the difficult part here as Marker's maneuvering around the stage is proving quite tricky for Ice to deal with.
For sure, for sure. Ice can't really find an opening, too. It seems like he doesn't really want to act first in a lot of these positions because, by and large, what I'm seeing is the whiff punishes on Marker's Orb, in particular, just looks so strong so far, right?
As you always end up in a position, if you're able to get a side light for your whiff punish, that's a great exchange for
sure.
Right? And if you go for side light D-light, now you're able to play around with, oh, do I want to go for nair? Do I want to go for recovery? Do I want to go for these extensions? And that's where it gets really tricky, and that's where we see Marker get a lot of the damage that he gets. While Ice, yet again, with that down sig, though, just swatting away the haters. Yeah,
pretty favorable weapon spawn as well to keep the start for a moment longer, but there was no real damage lead that Ice was able to get before Marker gets the reliable Orb back in hand.
And you see just how much Ice has slowed things down here. Marker was in a prime position to win this game number 4. I was saying, oh, I think we're going to a game number 5. Now the damage is even. Marker does have Orb in hand, though, which, if anything, is a good sign, right?
Off stage,
well, that
gets
could
the
have been a down air, but the side air instead is going to be what we get.
This is one more. He might not have enough movement, and it's not even going to matter. Marker closes that one down, and just like you said, Flambo, we are going to a game 5.
Yeah, for a second there, you had me sweating, though. I saw the even damage final stocks, and I was like, oh, wait. This might just end here, but no, Marker's able to lock in, and go ahead and bring us the full distance.
Dang. This has been, like, such an up and down in terms of, like, Marker destroyed Ice in game 2, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, obliteration.
And then Ice somehow made a crazy comeback where we thought Marker just wins and makes it 2-1 in his favor. And here we are now at the very end. 2-2. This winner advances into top 4 of the Autumn Championship. Loser of this is out at 5th.
Okay. Oh boy. Fortress Alliance is going to be the scenery for this game number 5 here. And we'll see. I think Mark are going to be hugging this orb probably the vast majority of this game number 5 here. I mean, it's been the ticket. It's gotten them this far.
Yeah, I think one of the things in particular you pointed out, I want to just reiterate for the people watching at home. Like, if Marker can get an orb sidelight off of Ice's whiffed anything,
yes,
that's like an enormous win in this matchup. So keep a lookout for that, specifically while Marker has orb online. But meanwhile, Ice is looking for the first edge guard. Okay.
Tries to bait with that down sig. It had no actual, you know, intention of hitting with it there. Oh, we gotta be careful. All right, Marker almost places that down there correctly enough to catch Ice on the way up, but once again finds a side light. That's good value.
There's the opening, yeah, and you're just kind of positioning, trying to stop, prime up the orb for your next stock if you can.
Oh, and Ice can't find a way back to the stage, just playing patient, and Marker is just being a bit more accurate with some of the placement of some of these hitboxes. And just like that, beautiful timing on the dodges as well. One side air in the corner could be all you need. Marker, no NSIG punish.
That was crazy. Yeah, I think Marker's giving Ice a lot of respect on these recoveries. And look, it's game 5. I don't blame you. But like, now you choose to let it rock. You reverse the situation. Ice has an opportunity, but not going to get there on that stock. It will be first strike for Marker. A little bit reserved on the offstage so far.
Yeah, you know, and maybe that's just what happens when it goes to game 5, right? Where I think there's a feeling that comes with going off stage that feels like you're gambling a little bit.
Sure.
And a lot of the times when you're going to game 5 against somebody, you don't feel like you're willing to take the risk.
Oh, hang on, off stage. Sweat beads online. Yeah, Ice just covers it once again. That awkward spacing of like, can I land on the stage? Can I not? Ice just covers all the angles.
Yeah, that down sig on Spear yet again, proving to be one of the strongest things in Seven's kit here for Ice. Nice catch on the landing as well, but a snap dash to the ground from Marker immediately gets him at a disadvantage.
Okay. Swats it away. Off stage, no dare. Yeah, and look, now I like that Marker is at least sending it off stage, right? Like, he's kind of allowing Ice a lot of freedom to make his way back towards stage, reestablish the neutral, and you don't really want to do that for a cannon player.
Oh, and that's going to be the stock. Beautiful spacing from Marker. Gets 2 orb down airs in a row, and Ice doesn't have a response to it. This could be it for the dreams of 7 in top 4. We have to bring things back now. We need to get that weapon. It's going to be a spear. Rocking that wrench, but not able to get any openings here. And once again, the
I think Ice is really fishing for a counter hit, too, which is a bit rough. We're snapping back to reality with each passing hit.
Just swinging at a disadvantage over and over and missing and then getting counter poked for it.
Yeah, this is such a brutal spot, right? Because you're playing behind and then you're like, I need to get a hit. I need to get a hit. I just have to find something. I think this might be the dagger here.
Gets one more. That's going to be game, though. Has a recovery, not even, and that's it. You can see the quick taunt and celebration as Ice gets sent out of the bracket at 5th place, and Marker will be moving on into the top 4.
Hey, look, sometimes you just have to go back to the real world. And Fate and the Orb, like we've been saying, there is an inevitability to them where they will find their way through some of these matches through thick and thin. But hey,